It's been almost 12 years and 5 years since Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway respectively passed away. Both known for many roles, but what I mainly knew them from was for playing Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in Spongebob. These characters really need no introduction. They have some of the best episodes of the whole show focused around them, and their legacy will forever live on with these amazing episodes. But since the actors' unfortunate passings, the show has obviously not had the opportunity to use the characters in recent episodes. But in one of the latest ones I noticed that it functioned almost as a backdoor pilot to an attempt at replacing the two legendary superheroes. Hey! The last time Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy appeared in speaking roles was back in season 9's Patrick Man, which was the last episode produced before Ernest passed away. I will commend them for not just using Barnacle Boy in episodes moving on, and it just makes me sad that Tim Conway also passed away just a few years later. Instead, for the coming 2 seasons, we just had small cameos of the two in magazines and toys, which I think is fine, and one background appearance. But then in season 11 they decided to do something kind of weird with the two characters, which is to make a questionable canon explanation to where the two are.
Mermaid Man! It's Man-Ray! He's right inside Squidward's place.
So in universe the two are frozen down. I have a lot of problems with this already, mainly that it's such a cop-out that they were better off not explaining where they were at all.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy are just taking their cryonic nap, but when they wake up in a week, they'll be weak for a week!
I thought there were pretty much 2 ways they could handle this, with the first option being to give them a proper send-off. These are 2 of the most beloved and iconic characters of the whole show, and the 2 amazing actors who portrayed them passed away in real life. I'm not saying they have to die in the show, but I would greatly prefer some kind of conclusion to them not just being frozen down. Cause that just feels like the show buying time to decide if they want to replace the actors in the future or not. Which should not happen, for the record. These 2, no matter how legendary they are, have not had an episode centered around them in over 10 years. And the last episode of the original saga was 10 seasons ago. I just don't believe that they need new episodes so much that there should be even a contemplation to replace the actors. Just having them in the background and referenced, but never having them talk is kind of convoluted, but that's still a better option than just them being frozen down, in my opinion. And if they are supposed to only be frozen down for a week, it's kind of dumb as well, because that doesn't even buy you any time. They should be up and going by now. But this is not the main focus of the video. We Love Hoops is a season 14 episode that's sadly not about basketball, but it's certainly doing its best to dunk on the legacy of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
And now, back to the Kelp Bed Kids.
The Kelp Bed Kids are hilarious! What for?
So, do we recognize this? This is a very familiar setup to the show, with Spongebob and Patrick watching a certain TV show and being very big fans of certain characters on the show.
Wonder why it's in black and white.
It's a artistical choice.
All right, Kelp Bed Kids.
There was an episode back in season 8 that was just Spongebob and Patrick watching a Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode. This also feels a lot like a concept for the Patrick Star show, although I have not been keeping up with that show since my old video about it.
Don't the Kelp Bed Kids kinda look like people we know?
I don't know any people we know.
Patrick, what did they do to you, man? You used to be so funny. There was also an episode last season that was kind of similar to this, with them watching 2, I think, originally Patrick Star show characters on TV. I'm not sure where they appeared first, but I can't even separate the shows anymore, but I guess that's what they are trying to accomplish.
Oops! Hiya, Ajax!
It's empty. I'm gonna give everyone here and their old man.
Hoops throws a hoop onto the kid and activates something that captures him. He has cool gadgets as well.
You just got hoops! Hoops! That settles it. Hoops is our favorite kelp bed kid.
It's also that cheap writing trick where you have the characters exclaim that they love this new character. Just like that awful scene from Camp Coral where Spongebob just flat out says that Narlene is so cool, so that the audience will think the same. Just show us the character being cool instead. You don't need to have Spongebob in the show spoon-feeding opinions to the viewer.
Let's get out our official hoops that I bought on eBay.
Way ahead of you, Pally.
Of course they have also bought his merchandise. They pull out the hoops and start playing with them for a while until realizing that there is an address printed on them.
Should we? Should we?
Ring his doorbell and run away.
No.
Toilet paper his house.
No.
Switch out his regular for decaf.
Humor is subjective, right? But to me this is not funny. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like I'm big time hating, and I probably am, but just compare this to any time Patrick does something similar in the earlier seasons.
Patrick, pretend I'm SpongeBob.
And who am I?
You're Patrick.
Can I be Mr. Krabs?
No! Wait, why?
He's a good leader.
Would you butt out?
Hey, you can't talk to Mr. Krabs like that, Squidward.
It's just not the same. They go to find Hoop's house, which is in Bikini Bottom, and SpongeBob is too scared to knock on the door, and they both start freaking out.
Oh, what if he's a cannibal and wants to eat us?
What if he's a cannibal and doesn't want to eat us?
We couldn't live with the shame. Oh, shit.
They scream and run away as the door is opened by one of the Old Man Jenkins. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. This is too similar, so maybe this isn't Hoop after all.
Oh, he's sad that he got no mail.
That's 'cause I got it.
It's addressed to Hoops. This is the right place.
They look inside and see that the house is full of kelp bed kids stuff, so they decide to break in before getting captured by a Hoop.
Is that Hoops?
No, it's Old Man Walker again. Remember? From the mailbox?
Oh, yeah.
He starts screaming at them, calling them hooligans and swindlers, and the two start crying and screaming that they love Hoops and are fans who just wanted to meet him.
I'm Hoops.
Okay, old man.
So let me get this straight. SpongeBob and Patrick watches a TV show where their hero is young and fights against villains, and then they go to meet their hero to find that he is old. Am I the only one saying this?
I was Hoops when I was a little kid, many years ago.
You're telling me there have been many years? I don't believe it.
That's the first good line. Actually pretty funny, and of course it's Patrick that gets the good line. He is still probably the funniest character in the show, even though I think he is kinda ruined. This line is not funny, however.
It was in the past.
I think you're trying to pass one over on us.
Passed one over. I don't get it.
Old Man Walker says Hoop's catchphrase, which makes them realize that this is in fact Hoops. At least the first Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episode didn't have this annoying plot of characters not believing that this is who they are looking for.
Patrick, Old Man Walker is Hoops! He just kinda, sorta, decayed.
Patrick hugs Hoops and breaks his bones, And then they hear noises outside as the episode has realized it got more inspiration to take from Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Dagnabbit, it's that ruffian Ajax McGee.
Ajax? Isn't he the mean kid in the Kelp Bed Kids show?
Yeah, so Atomic Flounder. Only difference here is that this guy seems to kinda still be a bad guy. But then again, every villain in the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy episodes are from their old TV show.
He was. Now he's the mean adult at Shady Show's retirement home. Oh,
That's what you get for being a Kelp Bed Kid!
They even live in the same place as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy lives. Or I guess lived, now that they are frozen down. Or no, they should probably be back there now as well, canonically, since it's gotta have been a week with the like 100 episodes that have come out since that one.
Hoops of poops. Classic. Hey, I just had an idea. Revenge. Let's get back at Ajax.
They do some really funny old people jokes, and then Spongebob says they can build their own tank and gather materials the Kelp Bed Kids way. Even Season 5 did this better, with stealing materials from a building to add on to another one. And that was also not them just like messing up stuff for random people. Oh god, it's the garage. I take everything back. Like everything bad I've said, I take it back. I'm out of reviewer mode, now it's lore time.
We're coming for you, Ajax McGee!
say hello to my meanie manger.
And there we got the door inside the garage. And the tool bench looks the same as well, that's cool. I guess back to the episode.
Here we are, Hoops.
SpongeBob wants Hoops to call out to the mean old man with the megaphone, but he's old, of course, so they just do what they would have done with Mermaid Man and makes him ask for his prescriptions, as he like isn't getting what's going on.
Is my prescription ready yet?
23 Skidoo! Hey, where'd you get that pile of junk? Never mind, I don't care!
So is this guy gonna be as iconic as really any Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy villain? I mean, I wouldn't doubt that they're gonna shove him and Hoops into lots of episodes in the coming seasons, but I doubt that it will stick as good.
You loaded the cannon with toast?
SpongeBob deploys salt, which just seems to annoy the guy more than anything. But then again, it wasn't like the eggs was hurting them when he attacked. This is still on the same level.
Tongue is so rough!
He shoots an egg inside the cannon, which lands on Gary's eyes, which makes him go crazy and drive the thing in hyperspeed. What's the ethics behind this driving system?
Everything smells like toast.
They start destroying the town, and when I mention stuff like this and SpongeBob like killing random Bikini Bottom people, it's not because I'm like infuriated by destruction in a goofy cartoon. I'm just mentioning it because it's something that happens in the episode. I mean, people were blowing up like all the way back in season 2 as well. They see the mean kid roll away, telling them that he'll get them next time, and I'm sure there will be like plenty of next times.
Say, my name. I'm Hoops the Poops.
Classic. Best Kelped Kids adventure ever!
And then the episode ends with Hoops dropping the two and like a TV watching them turning off. I don't know, to me it doesn't hit the same.